Hello, everyone out there. I think we've got a few more people joining us, so we'll just give it a couple of minutes, maybe time to just grab yourself that cup of coffee, cup of tea, kick back and relax. It's been a long day.
If anyone wants to come off mute and say hi, by the way, while we're waiting for people to join, please feel free. It's always a bit awkward, isn't it, at the beginning while we're just waiting to get the numbers.
Yeah, you can make yourself known.
Yeah. Hello. I definitely recognise some names in here. So yeah, this is good. Thank you very much for joining. Andrew Bailey, I see you, and Wendy Voot, recognise you. Hello, Petra and Joe. Oh, hello. Oh, and Denise Ralph, I know you. Nice to see you here.
Recognising a lot of names and that are coming up there, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, someone else spells their name Nicola like I do.
Oh, so they do. Just saw that. Hello.
Very unusual. Very unusual to see another Nicola. We are a rare breed. Nicola with an H.
I know. It is. It's an unusual spelling.
I know. I think it's just the way my parents thought it was spelt. So, yeah.
It's pinging away. We're getting lots of people on this session, Nick. You're popular.
Excellent. From Epsom College. Cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't have mics or cameras, do they, on their school PC?
Yeah, that's it. I know. We can't
If you
see
don't have a
those
laptop,
lovely,
yeah, quite often they're just not. Yeah, you don't get given one.
those lovely faces. Okay, it's stopped pinging. Does that mean we should start?
Oh, can do.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to start. So, hello and welcome to the second Timstar webinar. My name is Lucian McCallum, and thank you for joining. If you can, please mute your microphones and turn off your cameras, but I think we're already there. So thank you for doing that. This webinar is live and will be recorded. The recording has already started. So welcome to the Science Lab Live series, which is a free session, expert-led monthly live webinar focused on supporting high quality secondary science education and Year 6 classes. Each session brings together experts. We have Dr. Nicholas Swan from Lascells today, waving away in the background. It's for science teachers, science technicians, and specialist suppliers to share practical insight, curriculum support, and real-world classroom applications. So as you are part of our live series webinar, there will be a certificate of attendance and a list of products that we have used as part of this session on a follow-up email. So just to give you a little bit of background about me before I hand you over to Nick. So I've been promoting and supporting our Timstar Specialist Science range for almost 20 years. Can you believe it? I know, look that fresh, don't I? Some of you may already know me and have met me. I have travelled the length and breadth of the country, supporting schools, attending events, doing exhibitions, doing training, lots of workshops and sessions. So I might have a familiar face to those out there. We have around 4,500 products, and we're expanding that science product range with the help of our wonderful product manager, Martin Jeffrey. We cover chemistry, physics and biology, ranging from exclusive BMS microscopes, Evertech biotechnology kits, ISCO, O-House balances, and of course Lascells physics kit with our lovely Nick. We also do glassware, chemicals, and so much more. We will be bringing back a catalogue thanks to you lovely people. You have voiced your opinion, and we are bringing back a Timstar catalogue later this year. So please look out for that. We have a resource hub on our website with lots of exciting and engaging practical content. There is a wealth of practicals. We have a funding guide on there to help you secure extra funding to buy lovely science resources for your departments. We have buying guides to help you within your roles. We also have lots of our product resources on there as well, with lots of technical information to help you. And we have in-house experts, and obviously we have our field sales team as well to give you that help and support when it comes to purchasing your science resources. So Timstar, along with our other specialist brands, we've got Mod Sport, PE and Sport, we've got Gresswell, Library and Furniture, new builds, refurbs and projects. We've got Technology Supplies that does design and technology. We were acquired back in February 2025. So a year ago, we were acquired by Commercial Services Group. For those of you, in case there's any sort of miscommunication out there, we are no longer part of the WF Education Group. We can offer a one-stop shop with the addition of our other brands in the CSG portfolio, including KCS Education, who've been established since 1930 and are the leading supplier of educational and early years products to schools and nurseries across the UK. We have almost 15,000 products ranging from stationery, curriculum materials and furniture, and we recently acquired Landscapes for Learning, supplying durable and affordable outdoor equipment for nurseries and primary schools. Please visit our websites for further information on each of our brands and have a look at our fantastic range of all products. We've got the largest field sales team, so as I said, we're out there helping and supporting schools with whatever you need. A really fast and reliable delivery service, especially as it's coming to the end of the financial year and people want to spend the last of their remaining budgets. We can get it delivered and invoiced quickly so that you don't lose that money. We are here to make your life that little bit easier. So we will be running Timstar webinars every month throughout 2026. Our sessions will be covering physics, chemistry and biology. And just a reminder, we do discount days on a Tuesday, so you can get 10% off online with your orders. I hope you enjoy the session, and I am going to pass you over to our lovely Nick Swan. If anybody has any questions throughout the session, if you please just put it in the chat, and I'll pass it over to Nick as we go along. So feel free to just chip in as we go along. It's an interactive session, so I hope you enjoy, and thank you for attending. Over to you, Nick.
Thank you very much, Lucienne. Yeah, so just to echo what Lucienne said, please feel free at any point, if I start not making sense, please feel free to just turn your microphone on if you've got one and interject. You're not going to throw me off, so don't worry about that. Let me share my screen. Bear with me. Share screen. Can everybody see? Oh.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Hopefully you might recognise my face. I am the sales and marketing lady from Lascells, and in this webinar I'm going to talk you through mostly how to choose the right power supply. So I've seen a lot of chatter on Prep Room recently that people are a bit struggling with what power supply to buy. There are so many different versions out there, and obviously a power supply, well, a range of power supplies like a class set of power supplies is a massive expenditure. So I understand that there is some hesitancy and some apprehension on choosing the right one and making sure that you are going to choose the right one, because that power supply will be in place in the school for a long time. And you don't want people moaning to you saying that you've made the wrong decision. So yeah, we're going to talk through that. Now, normally when I do a webinar, I would be at home just because the factory that we have in the UK is loud and noisy. Lucy, you okay to admit these people while I'm chattering? Admit?
Yes, doing that
Yeah,
for you now,
thank you.
Nick. Yep.
Thank you. So yeah, normally I would do it from home, but today I have taken a gamble and I am presenting from our factory. So this means that I can give you a sneaky peek at what we have here. So for those of you that didn't know, all of the Lascells products are designed, manufactured and supported from our factory in the UK. We are in a little Tudor town called Market Drayton, which is kind of on like the Cheshire, Staffordshire, Shropshire border. And we are a super small team. There's 13 of us in total. We are made up of physicists, engineers, ex-teachers. So what I'm going to do is go over to my phone, see if this works. Bad angle. Can I turn this around? And then is it possible to spotlight that for everybody? Have a look. Spotlight for everyone. Yep. And if I stop sharing this screen, stop sharing. Right, can everyone see what's going on? Yeah. Right,
Yes.
you're gonna have to pardon the mess for this, I'm afraid. So this is where I am set up here today. We've got lots of equipment out and the laptop that we are talking through. And right, let's have a look. So any way to make that big for me? No. Okay, so at the moment we are on the second mezzanine floor that we have got. We have got our big screen printer. I might just turn you to, oh, what's happened here? Yeah, turn you to landscape. Has that changed for everybody? Are you the right way up or not?
Yes, we're the right way, Nick.
Yeah, okay. Right, so we've got the big screen printer over here. So this is the machine that we use to put the writing on our products. And then this is all the racking. So as soon as we've made a screen printed product, it all sits on this racking to dry. Another lot of racking over here. You can see we've got some gyroscopes that are being made. Can't see anything. Oh dear. Let me just go and turn my camera off on this one, just to make sure that's not throwing it off. Oh, right. There's some people saying that they can see stuff. So I think we're this is going to be a short part of the tour. So we're just going to press ahead. So yeah, you might have to just be audio described to if you can't see anything. I do apologize. Right, lots of people saying you can see, which is good. Right, so this is from the top of the mezzanine. We've got some racking here, which we keep a lot of things on. Again, I do apologize for the mess, but it is a working factory. So like I say, all of our physics equipment is made here. All of our components are in storage. Everything has a location, so it's super easy for our workers to come and pick exactly what they need to make a product. We have a big pile here of gyroscope wheels in production. We have Andy Salamino just here, who is head of workshop. We've got some of our heavy machinery over here. You can see a vac former here. Toilets. Some more heavy machinery. So a lot of our big equipment has actually been donated from old school D&T departments. We've got some pillar drills, lots of things being made. This is lovely Yolita. What are you making, Yolita? Oh, sorry. You are? Oh, tinning wires. Yolita always looks so cool when she's making stuff. I love taking pictures of her when she's doing things. We have got Steve over here. Hello, Steve. What are you making? Battery eliminators. This is very on point, Steve, because we are going to be talking about those just in a little while. We have Aaron here. Hello, Aaron. What are you making? mini sonometers. I'm not sure if Timstar take this product, but if not, we can certainly try and get it in the itinerary. This is Jurga in packing. Hello, Jurga. So once a product is finished in production, it gets sent to this bench here and everything is packed up in a box so it can get delivered to you nice and safely. And then we move through into electronics where we have got Andy Croy. Hello, Andy Croy. He's not very sociable today. I'm not sure what Andy Croy is making. And then there should be someone called Charlie here who shares a birthday very close to mine, but he's not in today. Don't know if he's on holiday or poorly. And then the last thing to show you is our big laser cutter. So this is where all our plastic and cardboard is cut. And you can see it is working now. It goes. And then this is an example of some of the things that it's already cut. There we go. And that brings me mostly to the end of the tour. Hopefully this has been exciting. And then just in this racking over here, you can see that this is where we keep all of our stock. So as soon as you buy something through one of our resellers, we will receive the order, we'll come and pick it from our stock, and we will ship it out to you. And that comes to the end of, oh wait, no, there's one last cool room I want to show you. Bear with me. So this is our machine room. Oh, right. There is Alan. It's very noisy in here, but he is an old D&T teacher. And then right in the background, you can see that we've got our router. Hello, Alan. Here he is. So this is easily the most expensive piece of equipment that we have in the factory, and it's absolutely massive. Get out of the way. There we go. Okay, I'm out of the noisy room. My phone's gone blank again. Hopefully you can still hear me. Oh. Oh, here we are. Oh, let me put this camera back on. Stop spotlighting. Here we are. Can everyone still hear me?
We can hear your lovely voice.
Fantastic. Right, well, I'm slightly out of breath now after doing all that. So yeah, hopefully that was exciting. I've never done a little factory tour before on Teams. So that might be something that needs a bit of refinement. But yes, we are super proud of our factory. This is the thing that kind of differentiates us from other distributors, from other manufacturers, because we are still operating outside of the UK, inside of the UK, I should say. And yeah, let me show my screen again. Bear with me. Share screen back to here. Okay, so yeah, this feeds into why Lascells. So in terms of technical support, you have direct access to me. If you phone Lascells, you'll very likely get through to me. And then on top of that, you've got the lovely Lucienne and the rest of the KCS sales team to call on if you need any like in-person demos or extra support. As you've seen now, everything is designed, manufactured and supported in the UK. Everything comes with a quality guarantee. So you get a free 1 year's manufacturer's warranty with every single product. And then, yeah, extra customer service through Timstar. Hopefully, like I said, you might recognize my face from our YouTube channel. So we spend a lot of time making video support for our products. And this is all published on our YouTube channel at Lascells Science. So yeah, please, if you're not subscribed already, please hop onto YouTube, type in Lascells and we will come up. The more that YouTube knows who our target audience is, the more likely it is to push it out to people that will benefit from these videos. So yeah, if you have a YouTube account, please go on there and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot. Okay, so moving on to the main thing that I want to talk about, which is power supplies. So this is just our range just from Lascells, but if you open that up to other manufacturers, there will be a lot more to choose from. So in terms of power supplies, we have 8 different models, all with slightly different specs. So if you were just looking at us already, it's a little bit confusing. But like I say, as soon as you bring in another manufacturer, there's even more to choose from. So the ones at the top are our higher spec range, and then the ones on the bottom are our more affordable versions. So I'm going to go through each one and just help differentiate between the different ones. Oh, is it working? Here we go. Okay, so to basically describe what a power supply is doing and why we need one in the first place, its job is to adapt the mains voltage that comes out of the socket on the wall and basically tune it down and tone it so that it's safe to use in the student laboratory. That's the whole reason why we've got that intermediate step. Okay, so in terms of our higher range power supplies, we've got 4 different models. The one on the left is the precision switched, and then we've got the precision variable. So these 2 are our highest spec power supplies. So if you are thinking that you want a power supply that can do everything you'd ever want it to do, and you want the highest spec available, Cleeps have got like a power supply buying guide where they've got lots of different things for you to consider. Basically everything that Cleeps say you should have on a power supply comes in these 2 models. So, oh, where's my mouse gone? Bear with me. Yeah, if you're looking for a power supply that isn't going to cause you any problems, you're going to be able to do every single experiment with it, these are the 2 to go for. It comes in either a variable version where the voltage can be varied continuously between 0 and 15 volts, or it can be switched. So this will just give you incremental voltages between, I think it's 2 and 14 volts. And then the next step down in price and in spec comes the switched Mark II version. So I'll go through the individual specs of this in a minute. And then the next step down in terms of price is the economy switched. So for all of these power supplies, the things that they've got in common is obviously the form factor. They look pretty much the same. They all have AC and DC output. They are all auto protected, so you can't have any problems with overcurrent. And you can fit 4 in a grapnels tray, so they're relatively small. I've got one just here to show so you can get it in terms of sizing. Hopefully this is in the screen. Here we go. Right, so moving on. There's lots of different words in terms of power supply. So just to make you comfortable with what each of them are. Firstly, when we draw the voltage out of the main socket, the first thing we need to do is step down that voltage. And we do that either by switch mode or by a transformer. So what we want to do is reduce the mains AC to something that we want to use in the laboratory. So to tone it down from like 230 volts down to say like 10 volts, 20 volts. So what we're doing in this step is just decreasing the amplitude of the voltage. The next thing we do to it is we rectify it. Now this essentially just gets rid of this negative part of the wave. So you can either have just admit this person. You can either have full wave rectified, which is what this diagram shows, which is what happens in our power supplies, or you can have half wave rectified. So if it was half wave rectified, literally we would just get rid of all of these negative bits. So you'd be left with just this positive. So it would sweep through this positive bit, be 0 for a bit, sweep through this positive bit, and so on and so forth. So full wave rectification is beneficial. Then what we do is we smooth it. So we use a series of capacitors, and what this does is it reduces the ripple voltage that whatever you plug into your power supply will see. So this makes the voltage delivery a lot more stable. It's not going from max to min to max to min. It's just rippling slightly. And then the last thing we do is we regulate it. So what that means is that if the power supply says that it's giving you 10 volts, for example, it definitely will be giving you 10 volts. Or if it says it's giving you 5 volts, it definitely will be giving you 5 volts. If a power supply isn't regulated, say, for example, if you flick the switch to say 5 volts, it might be outputting like 7 volts or 8 volts. So if you're using a power supply that isn't regulated, always make sure that you're using a voltmeter in conjunction with it, just to make sure you are certain what it is putting out.
I have a question for you here, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from D. Ralph. So we have quite a few that are not working properly. I
Oh
have
no.
been here for 10 years and they were being used before I started. Could you recommend somewhere that would take a look at them or maybe get them working or not? They are probably past their sell-by date.
Are they ours? Are they Lascells versions?
If you can come back, D. Ralph, and answer if they are Lascelles versions for us.
Uh, yeah, in the meantime, Denise, if they are ours, we can absolutely have them back here and we can take a look at them. It's really nice to hear that they've lasted you 10 years. It's yeah, it's a good lifetime that. I'd have to check with our team whether it would be worth repairing them at that point, whether we can expect much longer out of them. But yeah, absolutely. Email me. I can put my email in the chat a little bit later, and yeah, I can sort that out for you. That goes with any Lascelles product. Obviously, with our factory being here in the UK, we can just get your item shipped back to us, we can inspect and repair it. We've got all the parts here. The only things that we can't repair is, say, for example, if you've got something super exotic from like 20 years ago that we've just discontinued, sometimes we just can't get the components anymore, which might be a
Think
reason why the product has become discontinued.
Yeah, I think you've just answered
Yeah.
C. Gilmore's question. Can we get parts?
Yes.
So, yes,
Yeah, there's two different options for repair routes. You can either, like I say, ship it back to us and we'll do the repair for you. Or if you're confident in doing the repair yourself, we can ship you the part and you can fix it in-house. We can provide pricing for both of those things. So yeah, if there's ever any problems, please just get in touch and we can sort it out for you.
thanks, Nick.
No problem. Okay, so moving on to what I would say is my favorite power supply, which is the precision variable. If you're looking for a power supply, like I say, that can do everything, and by everything, I mean like the high current experiments, say things like specific heat capacity, and some of the Ray boxes with the older style bulbs that require a high current draw, these will be able to do that. So in terms of spec, it's switch mode, so that doesn't involve a transformer on the insides. It means that the power supply, I've lost that Allen key. Where's it gone? There we go. It means that the power supply isn't heavy. So you can literally lift this with one hand and it is no problem at all. It's got a digital readout on the front. I don't know why I'm holding it up because you can see it on the screen. So that will tell you the exact voltage that it is. And like I say, it's regulated. So in this picture, it's saying it's giving you 11.5 volts. And then no matter what you plug into that power supply, it is always going to give you 11.5 volts. There is no potential for overloading with this power supply. It's got both that smooth and regulated output. So, you know, the thing that you plug into it isn't going to see any nasty variation in the voltage. And another really important thing is that it's got a maximum voltage lock. So let me stop sharing a moment. This is a feature that sometimes people don't realise. So basically, every power supply in this form factor will be shipped with one of these, a little Allen key. So to set the voltage lock, you want to get this, shove it in this little hole here. And when you do that, you can twist, and you should be able to see a little number here. This sets the maximum voltage on the power supply. So basically just twist that to whatever number you want. So for example, put it on 8 volts. And then if I plug this guy in, bear with me. Right, I've plugged him in, turn him on, take the voltage right down to 0, and then this is obviously capable of delivering up to 15 volts. And then if I turn the potentiometer, you will see that it will never go above about 8 volts or whatever I've set it to, or 8.55. So even though I'm trying to say, you know, give me more, it's not going to do it. So this is really important if you're using it with, you know, like a sensitive piece of equipment that you really don't want to blow up because it was very expensive. That voltage lock is going to, yeah, be super, super beneficial for you. Oh. So yes, make sure that when you receive your power supply with this little Allen key, make sure you don't lose it. But if you have lost it, just message me. I can send you out a new one.
Got another quick one for you, Nick, from
Yep.
V. Lunnis, if I have pronounced that right. I hope I have. Can you post a link to these power packs?
Yes, you have these on your website. So yeah, we can do that.
I can sort
It will
that out
also
then.
be in the follow-up email as well, won't it? Can any of your power
Yeah.
supplies be used overseas with a US plug? Yes. And the reason why is because it's basically just a kettle lead at the back. So this is basically the reason why we don't have like an inbuilt cord. I know some of the feedback is, oh, you can't just wrap the cord around the back of it like you can with some other power supplies. And the reason is so that it opens up this product to different markets. And I know that doesn't really mean much to people in the UK. But yeah, we can literally just swap this kettle lead for a US version. Our US reseller, actually, no, Timstar, probably you can export to US, can you?
Yes, I think we
Yes,
can.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave
Yeah.
that there then. Cool. One other thing that I did want to show you with these power supplies is that if you were to short it, for example, it is protected. So what I'm going to do is kicking out 8 volts at the moment. I'm going to literally short it. So I'm going to plug the negative terminal into the positive one and watch what happens. It immediately goes to 0. So if there's a short in the circuit, it's got inbuilt circuitry to say, you know, you've done something stupid. I'm just going to cut off all the power supply. So there's no danger of blowing anything up that you've put into it, and the power supply is also safe. And then as soon as I've removed the short, you'll see the power supply has gone back to normal. So that is a really important feature of this power supply.
I've just multitasked, so I've managed to get the link from the Timstar website into the chat.
Ah, well done, Luce. It will be a slightly different order code for the US version. So yeah, if you are a US customer ordering through Timstar, just have that conversation with Lucy first, just to make sure that we're definitely ordering in on the right SKU.
Perfect. Thanks, Nick.
I need to share my screen again. Does the AC output have a full range or just set outputs only? Yeah, we don't have a variable AC. It's just those set voltages. So it can either be at 6 volts or 12 volts. But having that AC option just opens you up to doing things like transformer investigations. We can also supply with an EU plug. Yes, all valid questions. Again, it will have a slightly different SKU for the EU version. So again, just have that conversation with Lucian just to make sure that we're supplying you with the right thing. Yeah, this is cool. We've obviously got a varied audience, so this is awesome.
Fantastic. Yep, we can sort anything out, Nick. We can sort it.
Right, so that was my favorite, the precision variable. Then we have its sister or brother, which is the precision switched, and the spec is exactly the same, apart from, yeah, the knob is just switched now. So instead of being completely variable, it can take, it can't have any value now. It can only go from like 2 to 14 volts in either 1 or 2 step increments. So I think it can give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different values for voltage. So if you were doing an experiment that required you to vary the voltage, that's still loads of data points for a graph. And you know, it will be able to power most things that require those different voltages. But again, exactly the same spec, exactly the same auto protection, another really good choice. Okay, and then the next step down, coming to the switched Mark II, you will see instantly that now there's no display on the front of this unit. So you have to be really careful about what it's chucking out. It's not regulated. So with this one, if you set it to 12, for example, it might output 14. The reason for that is that as soon as you plug something into it, you know, the voltage will drop a little bit. So yeah, just be wary of that. If you want to know exactly what output this will deliver, just use a voltmeter. You'll see that this is switched, so it's not continuously variable again, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different settings for voltage. Again, if you're using something where you need to vary the voltage, that's still going to give you 6 different data points. So it's adequate for plotting a straight line graph, for example. You will see again that we've got AC and DC sockets, so it can do both AC and DC, and it's still got the voltage lock option, which is super, super handy. So this is a way of what's it called, like foolproofing, how much voltage you can get out of the power supply. So you can say, for example, set it to 6 volts, so you know that it's never going to chuck out more than that. So that is one way of getting around the fact that it's not regulated. And then the other extra thing that you will see that isn't present on the other power supply is this little guy here. So this, what is the proper name for this? It's a thermal circuit breaker, I believe is the proper name. And what this does is that if you introduce a short into the power supply, like we did just testing it then just by wiring positive to negative in the demo before, what will happen is that this will detect a problem in your circuit, and this little fuse here will pop out. So if that happens, this is the power supply's way of telling you that you have done something stupid. And the idea is just to remove the short, and then when the power supply has cooled back down, you will be able to push that switch back in. So if it's still upset and it's still too hot, you can't physically push that fuse back in. Just wait, literally, I think it's about a minute, and then you'll be able to push the switch back in and it will all come back to normal. And then the last power supply, coming down another step in terms of budget, oh, I've missed him, is our economy switched power supply. So this is the budget option for our highest spec PSU. Everything is exactly the same, apart from at the minute it doesn't have that picture of the thermal circuit breaker up here, but that is being fitted to this unit now. So the only difference between this and the switched Mark II is that voltage lock. So this one won't come with an Allen key. It's not protected against that maximum voltage, but that is the compromise that we've made in order to bring a power supply out that is slightly cheaper. Right. Where are we up to with time? Okay, we've still got time. Right, in terms of battery eliminators, so now we're going to a different form factor. These things look very, very different. The whole point of a battery eliminator is to reduce the need for batteries in the science department. Sometimes I demo these and people say, Nick, where do the batteries go? But that's not the point of these guys. They take a mains input here, and basically on the front of the unit, you can see that there are different battery combinations. So basically anything in the lab that you might use batteries for, you can substitute with this guy. It comes in either a 1 amp version or a 2 amp version, but there's so many different experiments that you can do with these things. They stand up to the test for most experiments, apart from those things that require a really high current draw. So things that I mentioned before, like specific heat capacity, where you might have like a 50 watt immersion heater. They take about 4 amps of current to get going. So this guy, it can't do that. But pretty much everything else that you'd want a power supply to do, it can deliver. It's got that auto reset thermal fuse. So again, if you short it, it will just stop putting out any voltage. So yeah, if you're looking for a budget version of a power supply and you might have a bank of slightly better ones to do the specific heat capacity experiments, this is a really good budget way to go. Something that looks very similar is our adjustable power supply. These might not be available through Timstar at the moment, but you might have heard Lucienne say before that Timstar are taking on a lot more product. Just to put that into perspective, Timstar are taking more than like 3 times the amount of product they're taking from us now. So please keep an eye on the website and keep an eye on the catalogue that they're outputting. You'll be able to find all of your Lascells favourites through Lascells very, very soon. The adjustable power supply, this is slightly different from the battery eliminator in that the voltage that it can output is fully variable. So instead of just working to those battery combinations, you can have any voltage between 0 and 12 volts. So again, another nice option that doesn't just come in the battery voltages. So to put that into perspective, the battery eliminator has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different voltages on there. They're not evenly spaced. So a straight line graph might, for example, look a bit strange. But yeah, it gives you 6 different options for voltages, whereas the adjustable power supply will give you lots of different voltages. So if you were doing an experiment like characteristic IV curves of different components, this would be ideal for that. And again, it comes in a 1 amp version and a 2 amp version, so it's definitely got the push to be able to do those experiments. I also wanted to make a shout out to our electrical meters. Again, these are coming in the new wave of products that Timstar are taking from us. But yeah, we always get really good reviews for our little meters, and I think it's saving grace is the auto off function. So these are battery powered, but at the end of a session, if the students don't turn them off, then the next time you come to your meters, they might all be completely dead of battery. And then that's a massive job for you to have to change batteries. It might eat into the lab session when, that's an important time that experiments need to be running. So yeah, that auto off feature is a massive saving grace. And we've put an LED on it now as well. So when the battery's running low, this will illuminate and you'll be warned that it's time to change battery. So the voltmeter is obviously to measure voltage in a circuit, ammeter to measure current. And yes, this is just an example of some of the lovely reviews that we've had on Prep Room. People saying that other manufacturers fail eventually, and these are really nice and long-lived. They are a little bit more expensive, but yes, essentially you get what you're paying for. In terms of other things in the range, we now have a millivoltmeter and
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, no worries.
Is there a link for the AV meters, please? And yeah, once we get them set up, then we can provide a link to our Timstar website for you. But in the meantime, Nick, I'm sure you can also provide a link.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do some follow up with the marketing team from Timstar afterwards, and you'll be supplied and with a follow up email of all the products that have been featured today, including links to our website, links to Timstar's website, and yeah, we'll definitely sort you out with that. Our website is lascells.com, and all of our products are listed on there. Yeah.
So I've got another question for you, Nick. From S. Duffy. Will a battery eliminator with a lock ever be put into production? I know not having them keeps the cost down, but would it cost much more to do that?
It's definitely not in the pipeline, but it's something I can definitely talk to the development team about. It's a really interesting question, actually, and obviously we want to make sure that we are meeting the needs of the market. I will look into that and see what we can do. Yeah, okay. Lucy, yeah, I'll talk to you and S. Duffy
Yeah,
and see what
lovely.
we can come up with and see what the pricing looks like to see if it would be viable. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. Thank you. Any suggestions like that, yeah, feel free to contact at any point. Yeah.
Wendy asking, sorry, Nick. Wendy's asked, will Timstar be stocking the adjustable PSUs eventually? Basically, we can stock any Lascells products, so we just have to create that code and price for you. And I'm sure Nick would be happy to oblige, supplying us with anything within the range, which is what I've been doing for customers anyway. So anything that's not in the range, yeah, we can get it set up with a code and price, and you can order it from Timstar. So that's not a problem.
Yeah. But this all feeds back into, Mark doing his job, isn't it? And making sure that you're up to date with what products we can offer. So all of this is really encouraging. And Lucy, Timstar's going in the right direction.
Yeah, we will obviously want to supply what the science technicians and science teachers want out there. So yeah, we're happy to get whatever needs to go into our range to help and support you with your practicals. Not a problem.
Fabulous. Right, so this is me now finished rattling on about power supplies. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. But the next thing that I want to show you is our cloud chamber. Now, this is probably one of the most expensive things that you can buy from us. But it's a really nice piece of kit. You can wheel it out for any radiation lab. You can wheel it out for open days, open evenings. It's a really engaging piece of equipment that's super easy to set up. Our version doesn't require any dry ice. You don't have to mess around with buckets of water. Literally all you've got to do is just plug it into the mains, apply a little bit of alcohol to it, and it will start going. I've got it set up next to me. I haven't turned it on yet because I want you to see just how quickly it gets going. But let me do some jiggery pokery with the cameras. If I just turn this around for now. Right. So in terms of accessories for the cloud chamber, you're kind of looking at the back of the cloud chamber here. Let me turn him round for a moment. Here he is in all his glory. Right, so we've got the chamber up here. The cloud chamber will come with a source, which is a thoriated tungsten welding rod. There is absolutely no need to be scared of this. Like I say, it's simply just a welding rod with a little bit of thorium in, super, super low activity. Cleeps say that this is part of the, don't know what they call it, like standard skull holding. It doesn't really require any special storage or handling. But if you do have a radioactivity cabinet, it might be worthwhile just keeping it in there, just so you know where it is at all times. I'm going to plonk that in here. Also, some people sometimes say, what do these bits mean on the end? We do them in slightly different colours sometimes. They don't mean anything. So if you have yellow ones, it will be exactly the same as if you have red ones. But this is literally just like a little bit of electrical insulation. And we put it on there just so that the rod doesn't sit in the pool of alcohol, just to lift it off the base a little bit. So that is the reason for that. Can you ship the welding rods overseas? Yes, there are some countries that can't accept these welding rods in the post. In that instance, what we can do is we can just ship it without the welding rod. But we've got the safety data sheets that can go with the shipping. It might just be a case of checking with your local customs to see if it will get through customs okay. But there are, this chamber can accept any source, and there's a really neat little trick that you can do with a balloon. I'll talk you through that in a minute. So if it doesn't come with the source, yeah, there are ways around it. So in terms of getting this thing going, this is the lid that sits in top of the chamber. And you will see that there's like a blue, I think, was there a question then? I might have missed it. You'll see that there's like a blue felt bed at the top.
I don't see anything there, Nick. Okay. No question.
Cool. So what I've got here is some isopropyl alcohol, propan-2-ol. It's really important you use propan-2-ol. I did a demo once with propan-1-ol and it just didn't work. So yeah, if you're not getting good results, make sure you've got the right alcohol and it's not contaminated. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to squeeze some of this alcohol. No, it won't need a huge amount because I tested it just before we got set up, but I'm going to squeeze pipette some of this onto the felt bed. Get nice and soaked. Now, I know my friend Andrew Bailey has signed on to this webinar, and he is now, we've literally, speak of the devil, he's just commented. He has bought one of these really recently, and yeah, I think he's really happy with it. So I've now loaded that fresh full of alcohol. You will see that the vents on top of the lid are closed. I'm going to plop that on the top and plug it in. This again takes a kettle lead. Let me find where I've put it. Again, if this breaks on you, we can fix it. So if you have a problem with your cloud chamber, literally just get in touch with us. We can troubleshoot and get it back working for you. Again, the kind of lifetime that you can expect out of one of these things should really be like of the expectancy of 10 years. So yeah, any problems, just give us a shout and we can fix. Right, I have now plugged him into the mains. Let's turn it on. Two little switches down here. You'll now see these fans whizzing away, maybe. And the light in the little housing has been illuminated. I am now going to switch over to my phone and turn this guy around. Bear with me. Oh. Is this right? Yeah. Hello. If I try get this pointed in the right direction, and then what I'm going to do is use a cloth from our gravity well as what we like to call the viewing hood. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing with this cloth to try and make it a bit more visible. Can I spotlight this for everybody? Just make it easier. Let's go in. How do I do that again? There we go. Oh, it is spotlighted already. Is it? What view can you guys see spotlighted? Can you see my phone, or is it?
No, We can just see you, your lovely face, and
Oh.
the cloud chamber, but we're not seeing it from the phone.
Okay, let me exit that spotlight. Can you see if I turn my camera off? Does that help? Camera on?
Nothing
Can you
yet,
see?
Nick.
No.
Nothing yet.
How bizarre. Hey, that's not working, is it?
Oh, someone says can see your phone view in another small window. Maybe I'm just not seeing it.
Oh, yes, it will be in the small window, won't it? Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can spotlight it. Hang on. And hold that. Spotlight. Here we go. Spotlight. Sorry. It's all very
Oh,
high tech.
yes. See it
Here
now.
it
We
is.
see it.
Okay. Right, let's do this thing with the sheet. Something like this is really, really sensitive to lighting, which is why it's got its own little lighting. But in the factory, there is massive skylights above us, so it makes it a pain. So yeah, if you're doing this in your classroom, headphones falling off, it might be wise to dim the lights, turn the lights off. Right, and then hopefully we might be able to see some tracks going on.
Yep, can see them.
Can you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh yeah, that's one.
Yeah, fantastic. If anybody can put in the chat what those tracks are, you win a prize.
Are you being serious, Luce?
Yes.
Right, well, right, we'll get talking away.
First, oh yeah, we've got Andrew Bailey who's put Alpha. There's a prize going to wing its way to you, Andrew. Well done.
Oh, amazing.
I just missed Miss Benjamin just come in there. Alpha radiation heading off. Well done as well.
Wonderful.
We've got Helena Sadler, Alpha particles. Well done, Helena, as well. Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, thorium is a alpha emitter. So yeah, what you are seeing, the nice straight tracks are alpha particles. Yeah, good work, guys. So this will continue to work now for ages. If the alcohol starts drying up, all we've got to do is just open the vents in the roof, use that squeezy pipette again, and you can wet the felt bed, and it will get a whole nice new fresh field of alcohol, and it will carry on going. So yeah, super simple and easy to set up.
Your mic is slightly off, Nick.
Oh no, can you hear me
you're
better
back.
now?
You're back. That's nice and clear.
Okay, sorry, I think it's really directional. Yeah, super easy, super nice to set up, and it's definitely a crowd pleaser. Yeah, so like I say, it is super expensive, but yeah, it's a lovely piece of equipment and should last a long time. So yeah, any problems, give us a shout. Fabulous. Oh, how are we doing for time?
We still have about 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Right, let's see what else we can squeeze in then, shall we? Let me come back onto this camera. Turn that camera off.
Very impressed with your camera work.
Well, I think there's room for improvement here. It's a case of doing it on my the balloon trick. Well remembered, Jenny Buxton. Right, so the balloon trick, what we do with that is you get a balloon, blow it up, swish it on the side of your head for a little bit, and then stick it to the wall. And essentially what you've done there is you've supplied it with some static electricity, and what it will do is it will collect all the radioactive dust in your environment, because the radioactive dust will be charged, so it sees the charge on the balloon and thinks, I want to stick to it. And then once it's been on the wall for about 20 minutes collecting that dust, you get a pair of scissors and cut it nice and gently, and then place it inside the cloud chamber. And what you will see is absolutely amazing. It's like an above background source, and it will just fire so many alpha particles off of a balloon. It's insane. And
wow.
It's a really nice demo.
I've never known about this. I'm going to
Oh,
do it
there
at
you
my
go.
physics speed dating events,
Yes.
Nick.
Yes, please do. So it's collecting radon daughters. So basically radon is a heavy gas and it sinks. So if you are in a school that has a basement, shove the balloon down in the basement because it will collect a lot more. But yeah, there's a video on our YouTube channel where we do that step by step. And yeah, it's incredible. But the nicest thing about it is that you are essentially sampling the air that people are breathing in. So it makes it a lot more, relatable. And, it's a scary demonstration. But it's super, super interesting and super engaging to just think that that's how radioactive a balloon can be. And obviously it's a balloon that's collected a lot of dust, but yeah, it's a good one. Definitely try it.
Fabulous.
Yeah. We've got 5 minutes left. Should we? Oh, here we go. What's gone on here?
I've got a question from Lisa. We have found that Lascells power packs we have are less strong than our other brand when we have the students use the electromagnets. Is this because of the smoothing?
Are less strong. So yeah, when you do that thing where you make an electromagnet to pick up paper clips, it's essentially you just plug in one big long wire into the power supply, so it can see it as a short. So it might just trip it, for example, like the power supply might not be able to do it. One way of getting around that is either using a resistor just in the way, or for that practical, you can just use batteries. But obviously, if you use batteries, you're going to drain it really quickly. So it's quick. It's like a quick on-off to show the resulting electromagnetic effect. But yeah, our big power supplies, because of all the safety in there, like I say, it kind of sees it as a short, so it might cut off. There is that, yeah. But yeah, please feel free to just add a resistor in the way or a decade resistance box and just tune that resistance until it works properly. Oh, someone's plugged Simon Polyakov, who is, yeah, a really, really, really good physics teacher to be following. He's got lots of exciting equipment to show off. He's a very notorious physics teacher that's been doing it for a really long time. He's working with the Ogden Trust. So yeah, definitely follow Simon. He's putting lots of good content out at the moment. He's a good guy to be involved with. I am going to put my email in the chat in case anyone wants to get in touch before people start logging off. So yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's been useful. It's really difficult sometimes to decide what to do a webinar on. So yeah, if you've got any feedback for the session or what you'd like to see next time from us, yeah, please let us know.
I'm just popping mine in as well. I'm just following suit, Nick.
Yeah.
If anybody wants any quotes or prices or anything that was spoken about today and anything out with within our product range, happy to help out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't get around to showing the ripple tank. I'm so sorry. I did do this recently on a webinar and it didn't show up very well. So it might not be on the fly the best thing to do on video. If you head to our YouTube channel, I think there's maybe like 8 videos now for the ripple tank where you can see it in use. Obviously, then you might want to get one in your school and have a go with it. So if that is the case, just get hold of Lucienne and either her or someone from her team can come in with the demo unit and you can see it in person. So yeah, YouTube and Myther Lucienne for that one.
No problem. We've got Janice, we had the issue and we use a variable resistor with the power pack now. Any sort of anything round about that sort of we had that issue and we use a variable resistor with the power pack now.
Yeah, so that is Janice saying about the electromagnetic experiment, I think. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So that's good all sorted.
Tip. Thank you. It's nice to know that works as well. So yeah, cool.
Lots of thank yous, Nick. Lots of thank yous coming through, which is absolutely wonderful. Thank you for the information. I'm just sort of keeping track with what's coming through. There's lots of messages. And lovely Suzanne from our marketing team will send out certificates, follow-up emails, product lists, and anything else that you need as well. So thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. There will be a recording of this on the Timstar website, so you can watch this as often as you like and watch your lovely Nick on there as well. And yes, thank you again and enjoy your afternoons, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, no
You're a
worries.
star, as
I've
always.
thank you. Someone's mentioned in the comments that they want a printout of this meeting chat. In a previous webinar I did, yeah, if we don't get that chat now before we end the meeting, then it's just gone forever. So I don't know how I do that, but yeah, we should definitely see if we can.
See if we can grab it.
Yeah, and maybe it's just a copy and paste jobby. I don't know.
Let's see. I can see that there's...
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh, she's
Cool.
on it. Suze is on it. Thank you, Suze.
No, it's been a really good turnout. Thank you everyone for coming. Really appreciate it.
And look out for the next one next month.
What are you doing next time, Luce?
We have got, we're trying to obviously alternate it. So we started off with biology. We've got yourself doing physics, so we're going to do chemistry. So the next one coming up is with Hayley from O House.
Oh, very nice. Hayley's nice, isn't she?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing some pH electrode maintenance and looking at balances and all sorts of other things chemistry based.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then we've got you coming back again for your second slot later in the year.
Excellent. I'll have to figure out something to do. Someone said, when will that be? When will the next webinar be, Luce?
So we are sort of aiming towards the end of March, round about the sort of last week in March, but we'll get the date sorted and we'll get everything put onto the Timstar website, and you can sign up and register and join us live for the next one. And yeah, coming up in the next 4 weeks.
Cool.
We're definitely building our audience. We had a lot more this time round than the first one, which is great. So it's starting to build momentum.
Excellent.
I'm just going to sorry, I'm just conscious I'm trying to copy out this chat, but I'm going to end the event as well. So if anyone has any last minute questions, now is your opportunity. Otherwise, we'll make sure we follow up with everybody that's put something in the chat on email, if that's okay.
Awesome. Someone's asking about a link to the previous biology webinar.
Yeah, we'll put everything up. The email that we send out will add the link to the recording of that webinar as well, but everything is going to be put online so that it's easily accessible from the website.
Fab, Suze, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thanks for hosting.
Bye.
See you later.